Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Life After Mental Illness. I'm Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. In today's vlog, I'm talking a little bit about my recovery coaching, and I'm explaining to you what's involved in that, and also telling you about how mental illness is one of the greatest challenges and one of the hardest things that I've had to overcome in my life. And I talk about recovery coaching. Tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking for the Niagara Health Systems event, and I'm speaking to psychiatrists, psychiatric nurses, and healthcare professionals. So I'm going to bring you a little bit of that tomorrow, and we'll probably be doing an interview with somebody interesting, so you want to come back for that. So once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Life After Mental Illness, and I'm Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert. And recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. And remember, there is life after mental illness. Have a great day. Hey, hi everybody. Today I want to talk a little bit about my coaching program. A lot of you know that, if you've been following me, that I was hospitalized 6 different times. I lived in 3 different group homes. I had a suicide attempt, and I spent 5 years on the couch doing nothing. I was very, very ill. And I got to tell you that my illness, known as schizophrenia, is called youth's greatest disabler. And that really is true, because it usually hits between the ages of, say, 15 and 25. There's always exceptions, but that's where we're in our youth, and that's where we're just starting to learn how to socialize and dating and getting our first jobs or second jobs and our schooling or our college and everything like that. And I was hit when I was age 24. But I want to tell you that fighting and winning over mental illness was the hardest thing that I've had to do in my life. It takes a lot, but there is victory. There is life after mental illness. And I've spent most of my working career publishing a magazine on mental wellness, and going to conferences and hearing speakers and interviewing doctors and hearing doctors and speaking and hearing social workers and really, really soaking up every nugget of wisdom that I could to fight my illness. And I got to tell you that recovery is possible. There is life after mental illness. Today, I'm married. I have 3 children. I have, my business. I have lots of friends. I know who I am. I have my act together. And it wasn't always like that. I can remember being at a Canadian Mental Health Association meeting, and they had a speaker up there. He was an architect, and this architect had schizophrenia. And I was in the audience, and the person gave the presentation, and then after his presentation, there came a question from the audience, and they asked him, they said, "Did you know that you would beat your illness?" And this person said, "Yes, I knew I would beat it because I was too smart for it." Well, I heard that, and I said, "Well, Bill, there's absolutely no hope for you because you're not smart enough to beat this illness." And that's what lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence does to us. It really, really puts us low. And that's one thing that everybody with a mental illness at one time or another struggles with, is our self-esteem and our confidence. But I want to tell you, I want to talk a little bit about coaching. My goal in coaching people is for recovery. And my definition of recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. So that's very, very important. The other thing about recovery coaching, what a main goal is, which so many people want and need, is to be independent. Parents can't sleep at night. Mothers and fathers who are dealing with their sons or daughters' illnesses can't sleep at night because they don't know what the future holds for their loved ones. But I gotta tell you, my goal in coaching is for that person to have recovery, to not want to be anyone else other than who they are, and also to be independent. Now, don't let that word independent scare you and think that it means loneliness or isolation. Basically, when I talk about independence, I mean that a person has a life, that they have structure, they have people in place as friends or mentors or, acquaintances to basically participate in that person's life so that they can live on their own. Not necessarily by themselves, but independently. There's a difference. To be independent, which means that they don't need to have others worrying about them. That their structure of their life is at a place where they like who they are, they wouldn't want to be anyone else they are, and they have the support to be independent. Not lonely, not isolated, independent. There's a very, very difference. And that's my goal with recovery coaching. Now, recovery coaching basically has 6 pillars. But before we get into the pillars, what happens with the beginning is basically understanding your illness. So many people who are dealing with mental illness don't understand it. They don't understand the medical issues. They don't understand the psychological issues. They don't understand the social issues. And understanding our illness is so important. So once we have a thorough grasp on that, then we get into the pillars. And the pillars are basically 6 pillars of recovery. There's spirituality, there's relationships, there's family, there's mental and physical health, there's finances, and then there's career and vocation and working. And in the first pillar, the spirituality, basically what we cover is basically just understanding that there is a God, and God is for you and not against you. And that's where we get our hope from. You know what? If you want to put your hope into the Easter Bunny, or into Santa Claus, or into the Tooth Fairy, have fun. But I'm telling you, I put my trust in the Lord Jesus. And that's where I get my spirituality from, and that's where I get my hope from. The second pillar is relationships. And the goal in relationships is to bring out the best in people. Nobody is an island. Nobody has ever done it by themselves. And relationships are very important. In the third pillar, family, the goal in family is to create a sense of belonging. And what we want to do when we create a sense of belonging is that we want to invite friends and acquaintances or relatives. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood relatives, but people in our lives that we can say they are family, that we want to create a sense of belonging with them. And then when we get into mental health and physical health, the goal there should be that we want to live as long as possible and as healthy as possible. And then in the finance pillar, we talk about the goal in finance is to build wealth and to get out of debt. Get out of debt and build wealth. That's the fifth pillar in finances. That's the goal in finances. And then the sixth pillar is vocation, work, and careers. And that's where we need to look at what we have passion for, what our gifts are, what our talents are, and to put that into good use, whether it be in a career, whether it be a job, or whether it be volunteering. And so those are the pillars. So those are the things that make up what is called recovery coaching. Now, I got to tell you that as a coach, if you as an analogy of a football team, you know that the football team is out on the field, and the coach, which is me, can tell you what to do, how to do it, easy ways of doing it, teaching you, and guiding you, but you're on the field. You're on the field, and I'm on the sidelines calling the plays and telling you what to do and how to do it and why to do it and what to look out for. So that's sort of the relationship. And when I talk about that you're out on the field and you have to win the game, it's not as if you're by yourself. Because I know somebody who's the quarterback on your team who will guarantee that you win the game. But on the field, again, you have to do it. But you got to remember I talked about that self-esteem and confidence. You have to make the decision that you want to play in the game. But just really make sure that when you suffer from self-esteem, lack of self-esteem, and lack of confidence, it doesn't mean that you don't want a better quality of life. So a great candidate for recovery coaching is somebody that will say, yes, I want to improve the quality of my life. You may have poor self-esteem and a lack of confidence, but if you could say, yes, Bill, I want to improve the quality of my life, then coaching is for you. So I explained a little bit about recovery coaching, and what happens is that once every week I have a telephone conversation or a Skype conversation over the computer, an hour a week, and we talk about the week before, and then we talk about moving forward, and we go through the pillar situations with the goal of recovery and being independent. So that's what the goal is. Now, just to let you know, I only take on 10 clients at one time because I'm the Executive Director of Ambassadors for Mental Wellness, and I do a lot of speaking. I have other jobs that I do as well. So I only have capacity for 10 people at one time that's on my list of recovery coaching. So if you are interested in learning more, or if you want to get into recovery coaching by me, personal coaching, and with the goal of recovery and independence, then you get a hold of me. You can either email me at bill@billmcphee.ca or give me a call on my cell. My cell is 905-994-3022. And I'd be happy to set up a free initial conversation with you to talk about recovery coaching in your individual situation, whether you're calling on behalf of yourself or a loved one. Maybe you have a brother or a sister or a grandson or a granddaughter who's dealing with illness, or somebody. Give me a call and see if you could be a candidate where I could help you with your loved one's recovery and independence. And once again, that number is 905-994-3022. And we'll end there and just say that there is life after mental illness, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hi, thanks everybody for watching Life After Mental Illness, your recovery blog. My name's Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert. And recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Make sure you come back tomorrow for another vlog. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this vlog. Thank you and have a great day.